time in the middleweight division. Jake Bostwick versus Roderick Stewart. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Okay, we have a 3-inch height advantage for Stewart. However, what's more important to me, the 7-inch reach advantage. He knows Bostwick wants to get in, land those hard punches, make him pay, keep the distance, keep the range.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the Blood for Blood event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the BKFC middleweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up. Feel like $1 million. Introducing to you first. Fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears blue. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 176.4 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 5 fights. Fighting out of Abilene, Texas, here is Roderick Icewater Stewart. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears silver and black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 175.2 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 4 victories opposite 2 defeats with 1 fight even. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Kidbrook, Southeast London, England. Here is Brutal Jake Bostwick. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Josh Barnett, who fought in the UFC Pride, Affliction, and Strikeforce, is with us on commentary for this middleweight fight. The Englishman Jake Bostwick versus the Texan Roderick Stewart, round number 1. Gray and black trunks for Bostwick, blue and black trunks for Stewart.
Nice discipline being shown by both fighters to start this one off.
Foot feint from Roderick Stewart. Fighters unorthodox, jab to the sternum from Bostwick.
Bostwick gives his whistle, keeping the head off center line, making sure he's not coming straight forward.
Stewart trying to find the jab from range. Stewart listed at 6'1" to Bostwick's 5'8".
Not a bad game plan from Stewart, using that jab, trying to hold the center of the ring, and then loading up that rear uppercut. Shades of Lennox Lewis.
Bostwick again looking to the body, that time with the rear right hand from orthodox. Tall stance for Roderick Stewart. The jab off the mark.
You have to be careful. Getting that tossed on the chin up, the overhand land beautifully.
Left hand, right hand on this step in from Bostwick back to the outside. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Swing and a miss, nearly an illegal back fist from Stewart. Bostwick staying on the outside, trying to time his entries. Foot feint from Jake Bostwick. Feinting on the level change, missing with the left hook just off the mark from Roderick Stewart in reply.
Stewart's got to be careful with that chin again. Sticking up a little bit too much. Hooks and overhands are going to do damage.
He seems to be chasing Bostwick's head quite a bit. And that obviously is a recipe for disaster, especially when you're a taller fighter fighting a shorter fighter. You start chasing that head, pulls that separation between your shoulder and the head. Bam, that's where that overhand lands.
Bostwick heavy to the inside. And the overhook inactivity is determined by referee Chris Young. That's the reset. Back to the center circle, 15 seconds remaining, round number 1.
I would like to see Bostwick throw a couple body shots. That'll really set up those overhands.
Overhand right. Stewart trying to time the counters with his back against the ropes. Now coming forward, the bell next up, round 2.
Good feeling out loud for both fighters, really trying to give each other's timing. Again, Bostwick, I felt like he did a good job of getting in, throwing some of those overhands. Not fully landed yet, but Stewart's got to do a little bit better job making him pay for trying to close that distance. We talked about uppercuts. I didn't see him throw one.
No, he threw it right off the beginning and acted like maybe he was going to hold that center of the ring, make Bostwick work to him off the jab, and then land that uppercut when he slips in, and then it just went right out the window. Then he went Philly shell, started using a lean, and eventually Bostwick was able to time that lean in the distance. The one thing I will say, though, is there was a moment in that exchange where Bostwick's hand, his right, had dropped, and it circled back up and around again. And Stewart just missed him with a wing left hook response. But the thing is, Stewart's always reacting. He's not dictating. Bostwick's starting to dictate.
And that's the thing you need to do with that reach. You need to give the guy who's dictating the pace and controlling. You don't want to sit there and let your guy get in without paying the price.
Very much so.
Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 2. Stewart immediately to the jab, circling slightly to his right. And Bostwick working to the body on the jab.
Not really committing to that jab, is he, guys? He's flicking it, but he's not really stepping into it. He's not really shooting that shoulder out there.
And Josh, in round 1, we saw foot feints from both fighters trying to draw the action. There's the overhook from Bostwick, active clinch, right hand from Roderick Stewart. Big right hand from Stewart now on the inside.
That might be the key. That might be the key for Stewart. He looked like he came alive a little bit, like the light bulb went off.
Most aggressiveness we've seen from him thus far.
Bostwick, overhand right entry.
That's a good double leg.
Saw the knee drag with the left knee from Bostwick, but that was accidental. Fight on, good refereeing from Chris Young. The reset from Young. Bostwick, you see, bouncing in the center circle. Stewart now to the center circle again, Josh. There's that jab to the body from Jake Bostwick.
The Bostwick shouldn't rush himself into that clinch with aggression. What he was doing in the first round was starting to pay dividends, more like this. Use that distance. Be patient.
The jab to the body is working very well, but he needs to come with something else to two afterwards.
Drops Roderick Stewart on cue.
Boy, he heard you, Chris.
Stewart's from 100 G's. He didn't
Wow. Win for the Englishman, Jake Bostwick.
Beautiful technique, too. Like, that was an expertly thrown punch. Just picture perfect, on the money, hit the button, down goes Stewart, and all she wrote.
And Bostwick just keeps getting better in this sport. You can tell the maturity, the wisdom, just the experience. He just seems to see everything coming in his last few fights.
Very well said.
Our crafted replay presented by 4-Star Stout.
Got inside that overhand right, it landed clean, it landed flush. And you can see in this situation,
And look at the hips of Bostwick, just a slight shift to the right.
it's turned over, saw an
Posted with
opening,
that left.
right
Boom.
on the jaw, right on the chin. That's all I needed.
Cyrus is ringside.
All right, I'm standing by here with Adam Scherr, Braun Strowman. You see him on USA Network, everything on the menu with Braun Strowman. Man, what do you think of this? I know you love metal. I know you love fighting together. This is crazy.
Oh, it's a match made in heaven. Being able to step outside of the ropes and be on the other end of the receiving entertainment. Holy shit, pardon my friend. It's freaking awesome. Bare knuckle is something to see. If you haven't gotten to check it out, check it out. Alex and Terrible, what he's doing for the industry, what he's doing for metal, bare knuckle, all that stuff. What an unbelievable ambassador. And I'm just happy to be here, baby. Check out season 2 of everything on the menu. June 5th, USA Network, baby.
That has to be the easiest interview I've ever done. Adam Scherr, Braun Strowman live here at Blood4Blood.
Man, well, looking at Bostwick here, he's got to feel good about himself. And if you go and you remember about those highlights, you saw way more aggression, way more wild action. And then tonight, you saw a guy that looked like he was just right out of the textbook.
Josh, in our fighter meeting, Jake Bostwick, cool as you like, said to Chris Lytle and myself, I want to be explosive on the entries and then find the overhand right.
Check and check.
Beautifully done. And right when Chris says to do it.
He's listening to me.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end with our referee in charge, Chris Young, reaching the count of 10 at 1 minute 25 seconds, round number 2. For your winner by KO, brutal Jake Bostwick.
Brutal Jake Bostwick. That is 2 in a row back here in the BKFC. What a tough fight, though. Roderick Stewart steps in there, gives you a lot, but it's that overhand right. You found it. That had to feel good getting that here at Blood4Blood.
Absolutely amazing, mate. Obviously, I wanted to come here and make a statement. Obviously, I'm here representing the STP, the Slaughter Prevail crew. Let's go, son. So it's a blessing to be here. All the bands, all the fighters, one absolute blessing, mate. Well happy I got to get a finish.
So that brings me to this because, man, 2 in a row. You're looking good in there. You got to be feeling good. What have the changes been? How are you looking so good right now, fighting so strong right now? What changes have you made?
Do you know what? I have to tell everybody, it's all in here, bruv. However you want to start to see it, you can be physically the best shape ever. If your head ain't in it, you are not in it, mate. So yeah, I'm coming in here having a blast, I'm having fun, and yeah, again, a blessing, 2 back-to-back now.
Making one more run here, aren't you? One more strong run. What's next? What's the ceiling here for Brutal Jake Bostwick?
So it's been a bit of a talk the last maybe a few months. It's a possibility I'm going to come down to 65, and there's a couple people obviously in that division that I'd love to absolutely smash at some point, mate. Julian Lane and Go-Go, that little bitch. So hopefully soon I get to run them. Let's see what's up.
Yo, let's hear it, Blood4Blood. Make some noise for Brutal Jake Bostwick.
And Bostwick just really seems to be in a good mental state right now. He understands the sport. He wants to come in and do exactly what he needs to do. Land those powerful shots, get into position and don't take damage. He's doing a great job, and you can tell he really understands the sport.
Josh, you know, after Chris retired, very young, by the way, from the UFC, he came back and went 3-0 in bare-knuckle. And Chris knows from fighting, he knows from commentating, one punch really matters in this sport. We saw it right there on that overhead.
Absolutely.
Right?
And the reason why that punch could matter was because Bostwick, he went inside himself, he calmed himself down, he's having fun, but he's also focused. He's free, he's loose in there, so he could do exactly what was needed to put himself in position to land the punch the way it needed to be landed. Not just throw it with aggression, but throw it with precision. And hey, if he can get down to that 165 like he's saying, could be a big problem.
And that's that experience. He's been in here a long time. He understands exactly. You don't need to rush. You don't need to just go in there and wing punches. You got to wait for openings. It's all about precision and timing and accuracy. And he looked beautiful in doing that. Just land a good punch in the right spot. It's over.
Indeed, and 2 minutes is like a sprint to us. However, that doesn't mean you need to be sprinting the whole time, let alone with your eyes closed.
Josh, let's talk about our main event. Another live performance, and then our final fight of the night, BKFC Blood4Blood. So this was at 175 pounds. Our main event at 185 pounds. Alexander Shikalai, better known as Alex the Terrible, he's already performed tonight, and now he will be making his BKFC debut. But he's not just a musician, he's a legitimate fighter. This will be his 4th bare-knuckle fight against Cameron Delano. He's a bull rider on the PBR circuit. He's also a legitimate fighter. He's 1-0 in BKFC. Talk about what you think both fighters need to do, because they have very different approaches, very different backgrounds.
Well, for one, no matter what happens, you need to keep your wits about you. It doesn't matter what you've been hit with. If you get dropped or anything, that fight's not over. Stay in that. But at the same time, do not lose your head due to all the adrenaline of being in this ring, maybe performing tonight, hearing all this metal music, and getting psyched up in front of this amazing, it looks like a sold-out crowd tonight. Don't let that go to your head and break apart your form, because a guy who can be a bull rider, a guy who wrestles bears and does metal music on stage and fight, and both these guys fight bare knuckle, you know they got that fire inside them. They've got that animal that wants to come out, but you have to tame it. You have to bite in the right places. You just don't go crazy.
That's the thing. I mean, Delano in his last fight got dropped, got up to win. It's going to be different for Alex. I mean, he performed tonight. What does that do to you? What does that adrenaline dump like? I don't know. I can't predict that. I've never seen that before. So could that be a factor in this? We're going to have to see.
Very well. But the one thing I do know about Alex is the first bare-knuckle fight he lost was not a knockout. That was him just toe-to-toe, swallowing in his own blood, and just throwing leather for, well, knuckle for knuckle. Got to get used to it. I used to fight, you know, MMA, no holds barred, headbutts, everything. And I did bare knuckle in Poland, but with clinching and elbows. So it's, you know, not new to me, but hell, I'm so used to putting gloves on.
You and Chris both came from the time when people unfortunately called MMA an HB.
Well, you know, good thing, because that's how you get Alex Stiebel and get Jason Godsey. Ain't that
Listen
right?
to him throwing quotes from my people back in the day. I love it.
Josh Barnett, an absolute
Good to see you guys.
Thank you so much for
Appreciate
joining
it.
us on commentary. That is the great Josh Barnett. Our co-main event of the evening, and outstanding, was the Englishman Jake Bostwick. Now 5 wins in BKFC. Roderick Stewart felt that he would use his jab, his speed, but Bostwick exploding to the inside. The overhand right, the 10 count from Chris Young to Stewart, and that is the fight. The winner by way of 2nd round knockout, Jake Bostwick defeats Roderick Stewart.